Hey guys, Chris here in Big Show Studios, and as you can see, my stupid laptop. Well, I shouldn't blame the laptop because I need the laptop. The laptop's my pal. Yes, nice. Nice laptop. Pet the laptop. Yes. You hear it purring? No, I love the laptop. It's Windows. There's an update. It's going to take 13 years, but we're gonna just say it'll take a while. Anyway, I went here to do some work this morning, and lo and behold, this update, which yes, I could have, I guess, rescheduled, was there. So I thought what I would do is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and that is an unboxing video, or in this case, I guess it would be an opening video. I don't know the fancy terms, but on the interwebs, you often see people with items, and they open the items on the video there, and it's to help people who've never opened a package before kind of figure out how how that all works. But I thought I would do it here, and this is an item that I found actually yesterday, or maybe the day before, over at the local Wally World, one of the local Wally Worlds. And if you're not sure what that is, it's what we call Walmart down here in South Louisiana, which, by the way, none of us talks like that in South Louisiana. But it's 100% die-cast metal, which means it's going to be great when I shoot it out of a slingshot at my cat later. It's a Nano Metalfig. I like saying Nano Metalfig. Hey, you know what this is? A Nano Metalfig. Anywho, I definitely don't recommend eating it, and I'm glad it's not a real fig, you see, because then, if it were made of metal, it would be like in Bugs Bunny cartoons, where you have a character bite something and their teeth shatter. So anyway, or no, it's more like Tom and Jerry that happens. But you'll notice here, if you're a geek who reads comic books, I don't know how the lighting is here. I ain't a filmmaker. I'm no Steven Spielberg here, kids. I'm just trying to make do. See the light? See how cleverly and sophisticatedly, which is not a word, I don't think. Anyway, I brought that light in. But I'm doing the best I can here. This packaging reflects the DC Comics Rebirth initiative, which began about a little over a year ago. And so you have some Jim Lee art, which, not a huge fan of his art outside of Batman. But you have his art here on the packaging here. It's a Superman figure, of course. A nice little bit of the S shield. You have a number here telling you which number or which figure in the series this is. This is DC3. So what's great about that is that the large display that I saw over at Walmart, there were not only DC figures, but there were also Marvel figures. I believe I also saw some Disney figures as well. So I was kind of surprised by that. I think there were some Harry Potter, but I could be imagining that. I don't know. Now this, at first, I saw the price at the top of the display, and I thought $4.94 for a die-cast figure of this size, probably accurate. And so I'm not paying it because it's too expensive. But then I'll tell you the price here in a minute. This is the back, and it's got a checklist. And this just takes me back to when I was a kid, and you had checklists on the back of figures, Hot Wheels, or maybe it was some other kind of figure or what have you. And so I just thought that was neat. And I don't know who's still using pins and writing on the back of cardboard. But anyway, you can check off Superman. Here's some other figures in the line. You've got Batman v Superman Batman, which I have no interest in. Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, zero interest in. You have the comic book version of Aquaman. Classic TV series Batman, which is neat. You have the Joker, Mr. Freeze. Batman v Superman Desert Batman, aka Neck Snapper, not a fan. Killer Croc, then you have Green Lantern, Batman, Superman. All these are comic versions. Wonder Woman, Commissioner Gordon, The Flash, Justice League, The Flash, meaning the upcoming film, Disjustice League, Supergirl, Wonder Woman. There's actually two versions of Wonder Woman, it appears. And what was really neat, too, is there was a Batman, the animated series Batman, which I wanted to pick up, but I just grabbed this guy because I thought, okay, getting back to the price, $4.95. So I thought, well, I don't know, it's kind of a lot for a little piece of metal. This was 98 cents. Can you believe it? 98 cents. So that's a pretty good deal. I mean, sure, it's a look how tiny this little guy is here. But here's why I bought it. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the opening here. Are you ready? This is the unpackaging. Kind of feel bad tearing the packaging, but I'm not really a mint-in card collector, so I'm not terribly upset about it. Here we go. Ah, yes, the beautiful cardboard tear. How many times has a action figure geek like myself done it. Now there you have a little tray that holds your figure here. There he is. And let me take him out here. Oh my God! All right, it's very heavy. Oh, because it's die-cast metal. Oh, I don't think. No, I'm sorry. All right, just a little acting here. We're gonna remove this from the tray. All right, and there we go. A little tiny Superman. I don't know how well. There you can kind of see some detail there. This is the DC Rebirth Superman. All right, and so some people might look at this and go, "Well, that's the guy from the Snyderverse movies, you know, from Hobo of Steel, the guy that breaks necks and has a receding hairline." No, that is not. This is the comic book Superman. Last year, he got a new costume, which he's already since moved on from, that had this kind of Man of Steel look to it, but they just didn't paint. There's a belt here, kind of a belt thing. It's not really, a belt holds something up. This is like a floating strap, but it's red there in the comics. And then the very slightest indication here of a person who chews their fingernails. No, of some detail there showing these cuffs that the Superman costume had. And then no red boots, which is a bummer. So the new version of Superman in the comics does in fact have the red boots now, so it looks more classic. Now, this bothers me because there's really no reason at this scale. I guess in metal maybe there's a good reason, but no yellow S on the cape, and I guess that's a battle we diehard nerds, Superman fans, have long kind of given up on fighting. It's just not probably going to happen. But so 98 cents for this little guy. And I like the sculpting. I mean, certainly at this scale, you're not expecting anything you're going to see even in a 4-inch figure, right? This is really it's teeny, as we say here in South Louisiana. That's teeny, shot. Now, hang on, because I'm gonna. I forgot to get this. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. Just, what? How about the socio-political climate out there in China? How about that? Isn't that interesting? Ha ha. Yes. All right, I'm back. This, as a comparison, this little fella here, not super detailed, and you're thinking to yourself, well, very tiny, how much detail could you do? Quite correct. Here's a comparison. He's dusty, but I'm going to show you anyway. I've had this little guy for, 30 plus, maybe, 30-ish years. This was made by Erdl back in the old days. I don't think you can see the date here. Maybe you can. Date... nope, don't see a date. This actually may be from the late 80s. This was a reissue, I think. But this was a little die-cast Superman from I think actually the late 80s, or maybe the early 80s, but they reissued it. Notice the S on the back, but notice, too, the size, right? So, yeah, definitely able to do more here with this guy than you can on this one. But this is just a comparison to show you how little die-cast figures have come. But that's really why I bought this figure, nostalgia, because when I saw it, I thought, oh, that reminds me of this fella here. And so I bought it. Fella. What am I, 90? This little fella here. So anywho, kids, this is made by Jada. I think, is it Jada? Jada? No one's sure. They don't even know. Over at the company, I'm not sure they know how to pronounce their own company name. I think it's Jada Toys. You can visit them, JADATOYS.com. And these are DC Nano Metalfigs. As I said, they're Marvel and other ones as well. So I think this is pretty cool. And would I buy another one? Yeah, I'd probably buy certainly a Batman, maybe the whole Justice League, depending on my feelings on it. The other figures, I haven't seen them all yet. I haven't seen the Flash, for example, from the comics. And then there was a Captain America. I thought about getting him. So I would definitely buy some of their Marvel ones. There was a Spidey. I think there were 2 or 3 different versions of Spidey. So I would probably purchase these. I'm not a miniature collector, and I know there are people who are. I'm not a gamer. I know people use miniatures for that. But I just, I'm a Superman collector. So when I saw it, I thought, okay. And then the fact that it was 98 cents. So there are 10 packs of these for $5. So that was an even better deal, I thought. I think it was a 10-pack. It might have been a 5-pack. I don't remember. But there were multi-packs on the side of it. There's a huge display in the toy section there. So I just thought I'd kill time, show you this little fella here, and this little guy. And I could see getting a little assortment of these for the desk. It's a good little desk item. And I guess you could even, I've always, for years wanted to make a very inexpensive superhero chess set. So you could do with these figures, since they have Marvel and DC, you could actually make a Marvel versus DC chess set, which I think would be pretty neat. These would be your pieces, and Superman would be your king, very likely, right? And Batman your knight. I don't know who the pawn would be, the Flash maybe. And then on Marvel, you would have Captain America probably as the king, Spidey as the knight. I don't know. I mean, there's so many ways you could go with that, and very inexpensively. So you could do that and just get a board, and you're in business. So I don't know. So anyway, I dig it. Jada Toys DC Nano Metalfigs Superman #3 in the series, and available at your local Walmart and perhaps other places, but I found it here at a local Walmart. I'm hoping that my computer will eventually let me get on so I can do some work. So thanks for watching. Take care.